The Indian Air Force and now the Indian Army are extremely excited about the new American military toy, the AH-64 Apache. Advertised as the most advanced attack gunship in the world, the actual facts about the Apache might surprise you, and if you are an Indian, it might shock you. That's the reason why Pakistan won't need to worry about the induction of the Apaches in the aerial arm of the Indian defense. You're watching Adil Azmat Cockpit. Do subscribe to the channel if you like this video and support. The Indian Air Force formally inducted the AH-64E Apache attack helicopters at Pathankot Air Base in Punjab near the India-Pakistan border on 3rd of September 2019. The deliveries of the first 8 AH-64E attack helicopters was, however, in July and August of 2019. The second squadron of the Apaches will be stood up at Johat Air Base in Assam in northwestern India near the Indo-Chinese border. India and United States joint Boeing had concluded a $2.2 billion deal for 22 AH-64E Apaches and 15 CH-47F Chinooks heavy-lift helicopters. Let's take a step back and see this deal in the backdrop of the Indo-French multi-billion-dollar Rafale deal. Now, the impression given was that the Indian government resisted the pressure from the United States government and aerospace giant Boeing by not selecting the F-18 Super Hornets and instead opting for the French Rafales. The multi-billion-dollar Apache and Chinook deal with the United States aerospace giant Boeing clearly is the first big caving in of the Indian government under pressure of the US government when Russia was offering the Havoc attack helicopters and Mi-27 heavy-lift helicopters at far cheaper price. It seems pretty obvious that the Indo-French Rafale deal had been balanced in advance by an even more lucrative Apache and Boeing deal with the US. But here is the shocking fact. Apache isn't the most advanced attack helicopter in the world just because it's most expensive. As a matter of fact, the slimmer Bell AH-1 Cobra has clearly the better survival rate than the bulky heavyweight Apache. According to Flight Global, the US Army will no longer buy the future version of the Apache. Instead, it will pour funding into developing the armed version of the FVL, which is the Future Vertical Lift Program. That is the mission to provide a successor to the Apache. Let's take a look back and see what influenced the decision by the US defense establishment in this regard. The date is March 24, 2003, when US Army's most disastrous operation of the Gulf War II took place that shook the confidence of the US Army in the Apaches. 33 Apache helicopters were ordered to move out ahead of the 3rd Infantry Division and to attack an Iraqi Republican Guard regiment around Karbala. Meeting heavy fire from the small arms and shoulder-mounted RPGs, the Apaches returned to base. 30 of them shot up badly, making them unable to participate in the combat again, while one was shot down and its 2 crew members were taken prisoners. After that, the Apaches were used very cautiously only on reconnaissance mission or for firing at small groups of armored vehicles, but never to penetrate deep into the enemy territory for which it was designed and advertised around the world. The A-10s had to do this job. Now, during the Afghanistan war, 7 Apaches were flown in to attack Taliban fighters as a part of Operation Anaconda. They all got shot up again by RPGs and simple machine gun fire. None crashed, but 5 of the 7 were so much damaged they were declared non-mission capable. In other words, unable to go back into combat without extensive repair. In the 1999 Kosovo War, 24 Apache helicopters were transported to the Allied bases in Albania. Within days, 2 choppers crashed during the training exercises. commanders decided not to send any of them into battle as the risk of losing them and the Boeing's reputation to the Serbian surface-to-air missiles was considered too great. With around $37 million apiece, and with the Russian more deadly Mi-28 Havoc about half the price, the Indian government has really paid the big price to the US Department of Defense in their first Indo-US big deal. The second big prize shall be when these Apaches find an enemy soldier in the thick bush with a simple RPG in actual combat. An emergency landing of the IAF brand new Apache just an hour after the flight might only be a prologue of the Apache tragedies to come. If you like the video, do subscribe to the channel and support. Thank you so much.